Welcome everyone to the 12th episode of the Experiment Floor. Today, as part of our 12th examination episode, we will be joined by our Chief Archaeologist Akoko as we examine the combat and field characteristics of the Varia Suit. The Varia Suit is an upgrade to standard armor suits that was designed as an additive to enhance the strength and durability of the standard Choso power suit, as well as offering a number of advantages, allowing the possessor to adapt to extremely hot, cold, and caustic environments within planets like Zebes, where such environments were commonplace to find in the deeper depths of the planet. The Varia Suit itself is an additional type of armor suit application that consists of a specially adapted outer thermal layer that covers the outer frame of an armor suit in order to help provide both greater durability and insulation against extremely dangerous ambient environmental threats. The outer thermal layer of metal that is defined as a suit sticks to the possessor's outer frame and creates an insulated layer of metal that can freely grow and shrink when exposed to temperature conditions of both extremes, both hot and cold, and also acts as a potent sealant that is corrosion resistant and unable to easily be damaged by most types of acid. This layer is thin enough that it does nothing to further hamper the movement of its possessor. At the same time, it can channel the same energy shielding that would cover the base model as well, while also acting as a potent energy and physical shock absorber that could absorb and distribute the energy from attacks more effectively, in turn severely increasing the defensive capabilities of the possessor's armor suit and reducing the overall trauma the user feels and receives from attacks by other creatures. Thanks to the insulation contained within this suit, in terms of defensive attributes, the possessor of a Varia suit will take around 50% less damage to the energy shielding from enemy attacks for as long as it's operational, thus making it perfect for surviving attacks from extremely hostile life forms. At the same time, the thermal insulating qualities of the outer shell make it possible for it to buffer against the effects of extreme heat and cold, and in turn make it possible to traverse exceedingly heated and sub-zero temperatures in any sort of environment without such extreme temperatures sapping energy from an armor suit's energy shielding to keep the individual either cool or warm, respectively to each extreme, in an attempt to keep their biological forms from suffering immensely. Moreover, the powerful sealant used to merge the Varia suit onto an existing armor suit can provide enough resistance to corrosion that it cannot be penetrated by Zebesian parasites, and essentially makes the possessor immune to damage from most types of caustic acid. The Varia suit tends to be such an effective attribute that is often a semi-permanent fixture of certain types of armor suits, such as the legendary Choso powered suit, and thus meshes well enough for basic Choso power suits to nearly always be present and active to some degree or another.
Everyone assumes that a good armor suit is able to merge with and adapt to just about any type of compatible tech that it can find, but it's also equally true that the armor suit itself can be changed by the influencing of the technology, and the Varia suit is easily the most classic of examples out there for this. The added damage buffer is always welcome, but the resistance to extreme heat, cold, and even acid makes it possible to explore more areas than most can ever naturally handle, especially in the case of humans. I don't mind such issues myself, but admittedly, it would be nice to get a hold of something like this for my own personal use. I can handle extreme heat just fine with my exoskeleton, but I hate the cold. I know that certain versions of this additive might be more resistant than others, but seriously, I can't work in the freezing cold. And while it may not come up all that often, it's still a precaution that would be more than appreciated for the sake of my nervous self.
Thank you for attending this presentation on the Experiment Floor. While most armor suits can take their own worthwhile damage from the attacks of others, a bit of extra defensive help is always appreciated, and with something like the Varia suit, it can be made that much easier to survive an otherwise harsh battle and bring it right to the enemy, even if that means also fighting in extreme heat and cold and even an acid if needed. If you're about to enter a caustic and dangerous environment that most would die horribly in, this temperature-safe piece of equipment can be of vital importance, or you might just find your surroundings to be even more of a threat to handle than the monsters that lay within it. Thank you all for watching this video. We here at Space Pirate Science Team take our work very seriously, and we genuinely wish to be as informative as possible when it comes to the work we conduct here, for both ourselves and in the name of science. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and comment to help us get greater recognition out there to inform the greater populace of the universe as a whole. Also, feel free to keep track of us through Twitter, as we'll be posting notices there every time something new is submitted for your viewing pleasure. We hope to see you all in the next video, no matter what world it may take us to.